Yeah, it's been a very windy week here across Colorado as a whole. Here's the peak wind gust from yesterday, seeing 60, 70, even 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts in some parts of our area. Got 73 at the Colorado Springs Airport, 75 in Westcliff. Going to be another day where we have some impactful winds out there and also some elevated fire danger, especially east of the interstate. So let's go ahead and get right into the forecast. Here's the current alerts. Red flag warning along the interstate east of the plains, as I just said. Also a fire weather watch in place. Now the wind conditions today, you'll notice here we have a high wind warning in place for areas south of Pueblo County all the way to the San Luis Valley out west, and a high wind watch into the Pikes Peak region. So that's where we can expect our winds to be the most potent. But even though the eastern plains are not included in this, it will still be very breezy as you go out east throughout the day. So here's the current wind gust where we have the warning in place for the high wind. I think the southern tier of the interstate and just west already seeing some of those wind gusts in place. 29 and 25 in Alamosa and Walsenburg in terms of miles per hour. So notice here on the windcast, that's where I expect things to pick up first as well. You'll notice a lot more wind speeds coming in to this area, and then it starts to become widespread as we go to lunchtime. The values on the models are picking up a little bit more as you go into the San Luis Valley and the southern end of the interstate, close to the Raton Mesa. And notice here, even as you go east to the plains, still seeing a lot of those windy conditions as well, not quite into the wind warning or watch criteria, but it will still be breezy as you go out today. The wind is coming in from the west, so along the interstate and east, it's going to stay very dry for us as we go throughout much of our day today. So looking at the radar, this is what we're looking at right now. Not seeing much east of the interstate, maybe some light showers into the Sangre de Cristo mountain ranges, but the main story for snowfall still remains along I-70. There are multiple passes that are still impassable as we've had some very heavy snowfall coming down in those areas, and they will continue to see snow. So in the next couple of hours, it'll start to pick up and it will continue throughout much of the day into the high country. So on the stormcast, you're noticing it's very dry east of the interstate. We're getting some downsloping winds that keeps things very dry. But as we move throughout today, a cold front will start to push through, and the cold front will push some of this energy along the interstate. We could get a couple of those spillover showers, very short-lived and similar to what we had yesterday. Now the downsloping winds will make this fall apart very quickly. It's not organized at all. Notice how it really doesn't get far. We're going to remain very dry as you go east to the plains. And that's what the stormcast looks like for today. So snow the western half of the state, once again dry conditions east of the Continental Divide. High temperatures today when it's all said and done, 50 in the Springs, 58 in Pueblo, off to the plains, a little bit warmer into the mid-60s, dealing with some 20s and 30s into the higher terrain. Of course, all this comes with wind. I don't know if it feels quite as nice as what the temperatures are reading since they are above normal. Overnight tonight, it will be on the chilly side. 21 in the Springs, 24 in Pueblo, single digits in the higher terrain, negative into Wolf Creek Pass. And then we go wave watching as we go into the rest of the week. Think of this as a broad storm system here. Waves moving in and around. Another breezy day for us Thursday. And then our attention turns to this wave that's coming in on Friday that could bring some moisture with it as we go into the end of the week. So I have that reflected here on the 7-day forecast for Friday late in the day, pretty much area wide. We dry up as we go into the weekend. Colorado Springs, same deal here. Notice we have that moisture chance on Friday after two very windy days for Wednesday and Thursday. Then by the weekend, things are looking upwards, right on par with averages, and then we're warm going into next week. Alrighty, that's a check at your forecast update. Here's sports.